MS 9
You
and
got
10?
you got the Scribner report at your last meeting, right?
I got the Scribner. I did not get a Scribner report at the last meeting.
Didn't?
I did not have the packet that Rick handed me at the last meeting. So I just remind you this is being recorded.
Did I not email it?
I got a building usage fee invoice that we sent to the library. I have the town of the library trustees saying that they are declining to pay it at this time.
The MS 9 and 10 are in there. If that's what the subject of the
Oh,
conversation was.
I misspoke, Tom. Here it is. My apologies.
Okay.
I see this. December. We were busy with other parts of the meeting, and I did not take the look at this I should have. But you're right. It is just math.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And the other set of those town report stuff anyway. So. What's this?
Convenience plywood for the.
Oh, okay. Oh, yep. All right.
It was plywood for what?
The cutout, Christmas cutouts.
Oh,
The
okay.
girls made.
Mm-hmm.
So, you got my email to remind us of the meeting tonight, right?
Yes.
Did you get that, Amanda?
I'm
The
sorry.
reminder?
I was reading these minutes.
I'm sorry. Did you get the reminder of the meeting for tonight?
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
okay, so it did
Yeah.
get out. So the other guys got it.
I'll give them a couple minutes.
As far as the minutes of January 6th, you have here
I'll
it
wait till
said,
everybody gets it.
okay, because it had to do with me,
Wait
so,
till everybody gets it.
okay,
If that's appropriate, right?
sure.
Enough space at the bottom of the page so you can amend anything you like, Amanda. How's that sound?
Well, I think
No,
it's
no, no,
something
no,
that
I'm
we
kidding.
as a board should be in agreement with, but I
Positively.
agree.
Yeah. Hey, Martine.
What do you think?
The 101 would reflect the $5 grand that already came out, correct?
Yes.
The barrel's full. And the hot water heat is paid for.
I'm sorry, about a hot water heater
The hot water heat is paid for.
paid for.
Yeah, we agreed last meeting to have it replaced. We
Yes, and it's already been.
did. Yep, been taken care of.
Excellent.
Matter of fact, he was up here.
Are we starting the meeting a little too
No,
early
no,
though?
yeah, we are. We should wait till the boys come. Leave one of those for Dick. The caucuses have started in Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The boys all hyped up on the 5, 6 o'clock news and get to watch the national news yet.
Did you remember to watch the game?
Yeah. Yeah. Best part about the whole game? 2 things. Actually, I was waiting for the old Walrus to win one because I think he deserved it. And that just and that goes to show you that if you take a bunch of freshmen, and they all are, there's a young team, right? And they listen to the old school guy, it's possible. They don't have to be all, any superstars. And the best part about it was the Boston ad. What they're talking about, park your car.
Oh.
Did you miss that?
You know what? I saw a
That
few
was
of the
the
ads,
best.
and I thought they were like they spent their money on that.
$3.6 million
I just
in
didn't
30
think a lot of
seconds.
the ads were worth anything.
Yeah, a couple of them were cute.
I agree with you. I
Yeah.
liked the Hyundai ad.
Yeah.
That was nice. And I liked the Jeep ad with Bill Murray, Groundhog Day.
Oh yeah, that was.
I like the groundhog, honestly. I think more than the car.
Remember the
It's just
the
cute.
Groundhog movie?
Yeah.
So they
I
showed
didn't
him.
see that ad. I didn't see the Hyundai ad. I didn't see that. I guess I wasn't paying
You
attention.
should have been paying
I
attention.
guess.
You missed a lot of good ads.
Yes.
Hmm.
Those people are paying serious money to
I
entertain
know,
you,
and I should have
and you
at
didn't
least
give them the
watched it.
courtesy
Yeah.
of your eyeballs. But the Boston one was the best one.
That was nice. That's a good one.
A lot of people won't get that. I doubt probably most of the people that viewed it wouldn't get it.
I did see a electric Hummer ad.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they got to do something with the line now that they've convinced all those people to invest. You know, changed all those buildings over to get that steel look and all that.
Mhm.
And then they folded the line.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think we should start because I'm not sure they're gonna come. I haven't heard anything from them, and maybe
Okay, we'll get enough
somebody's
for a
sick.
quorum.
We do have a quorum.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So now we can talk about the minutes.
Talk about anything you want.
Uh,
Want to start at the top, work to the bottom. Want to start somewhere in between?
I think we should start with the minutes.
Okay.
Oh, here comes someone.
I told you they'd come along.
Meeting is, if we begin, it's always the best way to get them
You
to
vote
show up.
without me?
Not yet,
Yeah, we
buddy.
did.
Shucks.
We were just getting ready to start.
I'm the regular sit here.
We have the Super Bowl meeting
Sure.
going on for us. So
Did you
we got
win?
that all. Yep.
You bet.
I'm just glad. I mean, I love the Patriots, and I'm glad they went out this year. It just gave me a little less stressed.
Patriots are all done.
Oh, they're not up there.
He's not coming back.
One more year.
It doesn't affect my life when you.
No, don't think me either.
You know,
All right.
cows don't care, do they?
No.
We're starting on the minutes, folks.
Yeah, we're gonna look
Okay.
at the minutes, and I just had a question about where you have, it's about 3/4 of the way down, response to AG letter, A loud will be pleased to refrain from agreement to verbiage and
Yeah, you
dictation.
wanted a note in there about not.
I said I signed with regret,
Okay.
or with reserve. I
Reservation?
signed with
We
reservation.
can change that.
With
verbiage,
reserve. Yeah, please change that on the minutes to say that Amanda Loud signed letter or agreed to letter, because we didn't really sign it.
Right.
Agreed to letter with reservation. Did we ever hear anything back from the letter?
No, no,
Response?
We've heard anything from the library trustees either.
Oh, well, that's not
From
true. We
legals.
did get a letter from them that said that they refrained from
With
paying.
regards to legal, I guess was our next step.
Oh, regard to legal.
Yep.
Hmm. Have we asked legal ourselves? I
No,
mean,
because it's in the hands of the library trustees opposing the question to council. There's no sense in both of us
Well,
running up a bill, correct?
well,
there's
went
already
through BOS.
There's already
Yeah.
precedence in regards to us charging user fees. There's already a precedence
So,
for that. And
well,
there's
I-
already precedence
mhm.
for the selectmen charging user fees for the buildings that they
Mm-hmm.
manage.
So I guess,
It's not like
mhm.
you gotta run to legal every time you have to
well,
have a question.
what are we going to do now?
Well, he chose
Okay.
to go to legal, so I guess we'll sit and wait for a response.
Okay,
I mean,
how long do we wait?
I have no long how long that takes.
And will we be notified of legal's decision, because we are not the petitioners? I just wondered. I don't know how that works.
I'm sure that we will be CC'd on any kind of a communication from the library trustees.
Okay.
I would assume.
Other than that, how would we actually know? I mean, I would think if they're posing the question to legal about the user fee, and then when they receive their answer, their recommendation or whatever, they'll
Mm-hmm.
come back to us and say yes or no, I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Does it have to be in the budget? The budget's already been finalized.
That, I have no idea. That's not my
I mean,
problem.
they can't appropriate the money in the
It's
middle
not
of
my
the stream.
problem.
I know it's such a, I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
no,
Mm-hmm.
So it might be next year before they
positively.
address it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
If they
legal
can't get in the
issues,
budget this time, we vote for it.
legal issues aren't anything that's quickly decided.
No,
Like to ponder, find precedents,
no.
look up old laws.
Mm-hmm. It
Consult
seems like
other
that takes a
attorneys.
lot. It seems to me that there would have been an answer by now, because,
Well,
but
I would
But
give
at
you,
any
I
rate.
would give you an example of when the trustees challenged the electric department about a building that they put up, and that took over a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just about, yeah.
Tom was going to say something.
Well, I don't, I mean, it's just that it wasn't that we challenged them, they
No.
challenged us.
Correct.
Yeah, that does
But the
make a little bit
process
of a
was a year,
difference.
I guess.
Okay,
We'll just have time.
the only thing I had to say was that, everything's up to date, we got, let's see here. After paying for the hot water heater and fuel, we have almost $2,781 in the checkbook, and then the value is what it is for today. Today. The hot water heater went in probably like the
Do
day
you guys
after
got
you
these?
guys.
I don't.
Dick?
What?
You got a copy of
Got
the
a
notes?
copy of that?
Meeting notes?
Yes.
Okay.
The day after you requested it, I believe, it was installed.
Yep, he was there the following day.
Wonderful.
And that's all I got. Everything is moving forward, kind of quiet this year, with not a whole lot of snow, and I hope we get more, because it would be nice to have a winter.
I worry about the lake.
Yeah.
Our economy needs it.
Fun fact, I love fun facts. Fun fact, the snowmobiling in the industry in the state of New Hampshire is almost $1 billion. $1 billion.
Yeah.
I believe it. I know many people
I
at
had a hard
Somerville.
time swallowing that number till I went back and looked in the Plymouth University in 2010, did a study on what it was bringing into the state at that time, and it was over 600,000. Over 600 million,
What year?
excuse me. 2010. Yeah,
Yeah. I believe that.
yeah.
It's increased that much.
So them snowboarders that come up on Friday night really don't bring a lot of money, but we're digressing.
Well,
MS9s and 10s have been filed. I was appalled that they weren't in the packet that was passed out by the town trustees, board of selectmen, excuse me, and the town manager, who had a number of, and Dick was with me, $908,000, and when actuality it's 1.76 and change. So I don't know where the other $1.1 million is. Right, is that right?
No,
Nine.
it's about,
800,000, 8, 9, 850,
it
whatever.
was 1 million.
But there's a huge discrepancy, is my point.
Yeah, it'd be about 800,000.
Yeah,
Very big discrepancy.
I would say so. I mean, how can this legal document, right, what it is,
Yeah.
filed and compiled by the trustees, be that far amiss when it gets to the town hall?
I'm thinking that, I wasn't there, but if the question was asked, how much do we have in capital reserve? Well, you'd have to subtract out all the other funds that are there that we take care of to come up with that answer, and maybe that's what someone did.
I don't know.
I don't know, but there's a fair amount in there from the Green Grove Cemetery, Crimson Berry, Pauline Packard, Ordway, Cheney Harriet House, and all those other funds.
Certainly
The
not
Blake-
half the funds.
The Blake Fireman's Fund, there's 72 grand right there.
Yeah.
And if they don't also include the school district special as a capital reserve, it is, but it's not for the town, you know, so there's 158,000 in one and 248,000 in the other. So if you subtracted all those out, it
It
could
could be
very
accurate.
well
Yep.
be close to 900. I'm just saying.
The huge discrepancies.
If that's what they were saying, capital reserve funds have
Well,
this
they,
much.
they
in it.
make a lot of reference to unanticipated funding. That's what bothers me.
Unanticipated.
Yeah. Anyway, that's their business. That's not our business.
Unanticipated.
We replaced the hot water heater, the MS9s, and the hot water heater's been replaced.
How about undesignated fund balance?
That was the one that really tripped my trigger. There
Well,
you
it's
go.
all tax money that was that we were overtaxed for that's sitting there
Mhm.
that could be used to offset taxes
Mhm.
or to be used to spend on articles that they come up with, which they falsely sometimes display no tax impact above, which there is a tax impact because they could have used the money to offset your tax rate.
I think
So you never should use no tax impact.
no, I agree. There is a tax impact. Having the undesignated funds, of course,
Mhm.
the idea is that it keeps. As you know,
Oh, cash flow.
you don't want to have any budget porpoise. You know,
Right. Sure.
because that hits everybody extremely hard, and I think it's having that.
But you don't want a town like of Ashland having $1 million or so in undesignated fund balance. Because if you really ran into a jam,
Mm-hmm.
and $1 million isn't going to do a whole lot anyway. But if you ran into a jam, you can borrow money for practically nothing from the local banks
Mm-hmm.
and take care of it that way. So I think if you're getting it over time and it builds up, there's a point where you can say, let's just not add any more to it. You don't know how much you're going to have at the end of the year until you're done doing the math. I mean, you have registrations, you have
Sure.
if you have a good year where everybody's buying new cars and they're $1,000 registration fees, right, Mark?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
It will add to the end undesignated fund balance of the year before.
Mm-hmm.
But you still have to. You can't just spend that money. You have to have it budgeted.
Yeah.
Just the same.
So as far as Scribner business
Yeah.
goes, there's no Scribner business,
I'm done.
and then so we're complete for a
Yep.
meeting.
I am.
Okay.
Questions,
Anybody else have
answers,
any?
observations?
I don't have questions.
No, no.
And we're scheduled
Yeah.
to meet again in March.
October, yeah, March.
October's good.
Oh, I put, meeting June 2.
I won't be here
I
for
didn't put
March.
it in here.
I won't be here for March.
Another snowbird.
West Snowbird,
I
yes.
That's what I mean.
Well,
Where are you going?
We go out west.
Which way?
Nevada.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, we've
Look at
been
my
doing this for
calendar.
a number of years.
Do you have a calendar?
I do right
March.
here on my computer.
when is voting?
March 10th,
We vote the 10th, and the first Monday in March is the 2nd. March 2nd.
7 p.m. Dick will be absent.
I will.
I have to drive myself.
Gonna Uber up? Or?
As far as the amendation to the minutes,
Yes.
how is that going to happen? Have you changed it on the form that you're going to submit to the town hall, or what is that going to do?
Just rewrite it and send it up to Patsy like I did last time.
Okay, but you're not telling me to do that. You're
No,
doing
no,
it.
no.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just want to be sure I'm hearing you
Yep.
correctly.
No,
Okay.
Yep. no
Great.
problem.
Mm-hmm.
All set?
Well, that
Motion
was
to
quick.
adjourn.
Thank you.
Motion, second.
Okay.
Good, I go in the pack.
All in favor?
Aye.
Bye.
Yeah.